Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 3 to my Grok Chatbot series, where in today's video guys, we are going to go ahead and do one of the other chatbots that I made on here, one of the story-based chatbots, that being, I believe, the Dinosaur Research Facility one, the one where each dinosaur gets that did I call it the growth treatment plan or the GBT? So, yeah. If you know the story from when I did it I don't think I've ever had to do this one for videos, but if you don't know the story, you'll get to see it. Here's what it says. The sun blazes over the sprawling, ultra-modern dinosaur research and pet facility, its sleek glass dome like a beacon of innovation. Crowds buzz outside the towering entrance, amidst of eager families, curious scientists, and thrill seekers clutching their tickets for the grand opening. The air hums with anticipation, punctuated by the occasional cheer or child squeal. Beyond the doors, the facility's interior is a marvel. A vast circular research hall with gleaming white floors, holographic displays, and rows of sophisticated machines humming softly, each designed to analyze dinosaur DNA and customize the perfect pet. Machines, along with touchscreens and glowing vials, promise to bring extinct creatures to life, tailored to each owner's desires. At the ring center stands a polished stadium, elevated on a platform, ready for your address. The crowd's chatter grows louder as the clock nears opening time. People press closer to the glass doors, catching glimpses of the facility's wonders. A holographic T-Rex roaring silently, a Triceratops skeleton animated to graze, and a slowly glowing sign explaining the growth treatment plan, or GBT. Pamphlets circulate among the crowd, detailing how GBT infuses dinosaurs with a unique ability to grow and adapt based on their owner's behavior. Kindness triggers growth with a vibrant green glow, fostering loyalty and protectiveness. Cruelty or being mean to the creature, however, sparks a red glow, amplifying aggression or defiance, with effects varying by species. Velociraptors might grow cunning and spiteful, while a Bronchiosaurus could become stubbornly unresponsive. Inside, the staff scurries to finalize preparations. Technicians calibrate the machines, ensuring the GBT integration is flawless. A young employee adjusts the display, showing a Stegosaurus. Its plates pulsing green as a simulation demonstrates a gentle pat. Another screen shows a raptor, its eyes narrowing as a red glow flares after a simulated shout. The atmosphere is electric, a blend of cutting-edge science and primal wonder. The crowd outside begins chanting, "Open the doors! Open the doors!" The facility's digital clock ticks to 10 a.m., and the entrance slides open with a soft hiss. People flooding, gasping at the research hall's grandeur. Children dart toward interactive screens, while adults marvel at the machines, each labeled with dinosaur species and traits. A family approaches a machine displaying a baby Ankylosaurus, its clubbed tail wagging slightly. A scientist nearby explains how its GBT could make it a gentle guardian or a stubborn brute depending on care. The crowd gathers around the central podium, their excitement palpable. Staff members guide visitors to form a loose circle, ensuring everyone has a view. The lights dim slightly, and a spotlight illuminating the podium, signaling your entrance. The room falls silent, all eyes on the platform, waiting for you, the new owner and visionary behind the revolutionary facility, to step forward and address them. Okay, guys, give me a second so I can type in something here. Alright, guys, I said, hello everyone. Welcome to the Dinosaur Research and Pet Facility. My name is, and I am the owner and creator of this place. Now, before we all get started, and I'll show you how everything works, does anybody know about the special ability that each dinosaur will have when they're born? It should be in those pamphlets and even on some of the monitors as you came in. The crowd murmurs with excitement as you step onto the podium, your voice echoing through the glass research hall. The spotlight casts a warm glow, and the holographic displays behind you flicker with images of dinosaurs, their scales shimmering. The audience, a mix of wide-eyed children, intrigued adults, and skeptical scientists, clutches their pamphlets, some flipping through them eagerly. A few glance at the glowing monitors lining the walls, where animations of dinosaurs pulsing with green or red light play on the loop, illustrating the Growth Treatment Plan, or GBT. A young girl near the front clutched the stuffed velociraptor crosses her hand. Is the growth treatment plan? Is it the growth treatment plan? She asked, her voice barely audible over the crowd's hum. Groups nod, pointing to their pamphlets, while others leaned forward, curious for more details. You scanned the crowd, noting the anticipation. The machines hum softly in the background, their screens displaying various dinosaur breeds. Pteranodons with sleek wings, Triceratops with sturdy horns, and even a tiny Compsognathus darting across a digital field. Each machine's interface glows with options for customizing a pet, from size to temperament, all tied to the GBT. A large monitor above you replaced the GBT explanation. A gentle hand petting a stegosaurus triggers a green glow. Its place is spanning slightly, while a harsh word to a T-Rex sparks a red flash, size narrowing menacingly. Crowd's energy shifts as they await your next words. Some parents whisper to the kids, pointing at the machines, while a group of researchers in a lab coat scramble notes, eyes the technology with fascination. A boy in the back shouts, "Can my dinosaur really glow if I'm nice to it?" His buddy draws laughter and nods in the crowd. Yes, you, little girl, you are right. It is called the Growth Treatment Plan, or GBT. Oh wait, I had it back. Let's see. Oh crap. Guys, give me a second. Alright guys, here's what I said. It took off me to type it in, but I got it. It says, yes, you little girl, you are right. It is called a Growth Treatment Plan, or GBT. And that plan will in fact make every one of your dinosaurs grow really quickly. Here's a quick rundown how it works. When you first get your baby dinosaur, it'll be very small, probably no bigger than a foot at most, if not shorter. However, every single action you do to it will cause it to grow, and when I say every action, I mean every action. If you be nice to a Tyrannosaurus Rex, for example, it will grow larger with a green light and be more friendly and protective towards you. However, if you start being mean to the creature, like, let's say, hitting it or yelling at it for no reason, even though he did nothing wrong, it will grow, but it will grow with a red light. So if you see a green light on your dinosaur and it grows a little bigger, it'll be more friendly towards you and even protective. Even a scary dinosaur like a Tyrannosaurus Rex can be the most friendly dinosaur if treated right. Here we go. The crowd hangs on your every word, their eyes wide with wonder as you explain the growth treatment plan. The holographic display behind you shifts to show a baby T-Rex, no taller than a foot, waddling playfully. A simulation shows a gentle pat. A vibrant green glow pulses from the tiny dinosaur, and it grows slightly, its eyes softening with affection. Gasps roll through the audience. The screen then shifts to a harsh shout, and the same T-Rex glows red, growing larger but with a snarl, its tail flashing. Few children clutch their parents, while others grin with excitement. That's right, you continue, gesturing to the boy who shouted earlier. Every action counts. A kind word, a gentle touch, even feeding your dinosaur on time. It all triggers that green glow, making them grow into loyal, protective companions. But treating them badly or cruelly, that's the red glow, and it'll make your dinosaur distant, stubborn, or depending on the species, even aggressive. You pause, letting the weight of your words settle. Kyle murmurs, some point at the machines, where screens now will display a baby ankylosaurus glowing green as it nuzzles a digital hand, contrasting with a red glowing velociraptor hissing at a simulated kick. The research hall buzzes with energy. The machines, sleek and futuristic, hum as staff members demonstrate their use to small groups. One machine shows a menu for selecting a Palanthrosaurus, its crest customizable for color and pattern. A nearby family tests a touchscreen, laughing as a holographic baby Triceratops wags its stubby tail. Researchers in lab coats nod approvingly, one whispering to another about the GBT's potential for behavioral studies. A woman in the crowd raises her hand. What happens if you mix kind and mean actions? Does the dinosaur get confused? Her question draws curious nods from others. Meanwhile, a tower near the front tugs at his mother's sleeve, pointing at a machine displaying a tiny pteranodon flapping its wings. The atmosphere is electric, with visitors itching to explore the machines and choose their dinosaurs. Okay. Alright, guys, here's what it says. I told her, good question. That's where it gets a little complicated. Let's say, for example, you treated that same T-Rex with kindness. More kindness than hatred. For example, if you did that, your first bad action won't cause it to become aggressive or mean, but it might be a little upset, even to the point of possibly crying if you took really good care of it, and all of a sudden start hurting it. However, eventually, if you get to the point where the bad things you do to it outweigh the good, then they'll start becoming aggressive or ignoring you. Doing that could be really dangerous because by that point, if you actually did do that, you could have a Tyrannosaurus Rex over 70 to 100 feet tall, or even bigger, and then instead of being protective and loving, it might try attacking its own caretaker. The crowd leans in, captivated by your explanation, as you elaborate on the delicate balance of the growth treatment plan. The holographic display behind you shifts to illuminate your point. A baby T-Rex, bathed in green light from repeated kind acts, grows to a modest size, its eyes bright and trusting. A simulated harsh word triggers a brief red flicker, and the T-Rex lets out a plaintive whimper, its head lowering as if confused or hurt. The crowd murmurs, some parents exchanging glances, while children whisper excitedly about their future dinosaur pets. The hologram then fast forwards, showing the same T-Rex now towering at 70 feet, growing red after too many cruel actions. Its roar shakes the virtual ground, and it turns away from its caretaker, tail lashing aggressively. A few audience members gasp while others clutch their pamphlets tighter, regarding the GBT details. That's why care is so important, you emphasize, more steady but firm. Every choice shapes your dinosaur. A single mistake won't ruin things if you're built a foundation of kindness, but tip the scales too far toward cruelty, and you're dealing with a giant that might not trust you, or worse. The machine around the hall hum, their screens cycling through species, a Spinosaurus with a glowing green sail, and stretching its neck affectionately, and a Velociraptor skulking with a red hue after holy crap. Each machine's interface highlights GBT metrics, showing sliders for kindness and neglect to illuminate the balance. The woman who asked the question nods thoughtfully, jotting something in a notebook. A teenage boy nearby raises his hand, barely containing his excitement. So, if I'm super nice to, like, a raptor, could it get huge and be my bodyguard? Laughter ripples through the crowd, easing the tension. Meanwhile, small groups begin drifting toward the machines, guided by staff who demonstrate how to select a dinosaur and initiate the GBT. A family in a nearby station gasps as their chosen baby, Ankylosaurus, hatches on screen, its tiny club tail wagging. The researchers in the lab coats huddle near the machine, discussing the GBT's potential for evolutionary studies, their voices tinged with awe. The research hall pulses with energy, the air heavy with anticipation as visitors eye the machines, eager to choose their dinosaurs. Spotlight remains on you, the crowd waiting for your next move or words. Alright. Let me answer the girl's question, that dude's question. Alright, guys, I went ahead and answered the question. I just answered the boy's question by saying, as funny as that may be, that actually could happen. I know the screens here keep showing somebody being mean to a velociraptor, but just like every other dinosaur, if you treat it with so much love and kindness, yes, you could legit have a velociraptor over 300, 400 feet tall, protecting you like you're his child. The crowd erupts in a mix of laughter and gas as you paint the vivid image of a towering velociraptor acting as a loyal guardian. The holographic display behind you shifts to match your words. A baby velociraptor, barely a foot tall, glows green with each gentle pet, growing steadily until it looms at an exaggerated 400 feet. Its sleek form radiating protectiveness as it lowers its head to nuzzle a virtual caretaker. The crowd oohs and ahs, children point excitedly while adults exchange wide-eyed looks. A few skeptical researchers raise eyebrows but scribble notes, intrigued by the GBT's potential. Love and kindness are the key, he continued, gesturing to the machines lining the research hall. Treat your dinosaur right, and even the fiercest predators can become your fiercest protector. The screens in the machines reinforce your point. A Triceratops glows green, playfully nudging its owner. A Paradon soars protectively overhead, its wings shimmering with emerald light. In contrast, a nearby monitor shows a very velocity that's been hurt, its red glow intensifying as it snarls and turns away, ignoring its caretaker's commands. The hall buzzed with energy. Families cluster around machines, their screens displaying options for customizing dinosaurs, colors, patterns, even initial temperament tweaks before GBT takes over. Or GTP. I keep saying GBT because it's a flipping thing. A young couple at one station sights a baby Stegosaurus cooing as it plates its pulse green on the display. A group of kids huddles near a machine, showcasing a tiny constant office, giggling as it scampers in circles. Staff members weave through the crowd, answering questions and guiding first-hand users through the interface, which tracks GBT progress with real-time kindness and treatment meters. I'm not going to say that. A man in the audience wearing a dinosaur themed cap raises his hand. What's the best a dinosaur can get with all that kindness? Is there a limit? His question sparks and murmurs, and several people lean forward eager for your answer. Meanwhile, a child near the front tugs at her dad, begging to get a big green T-Rex. The atmosphere cracks with anticipation, whiskers itching to start their journeys as dinosaur caretakers. Give me a second. I noticed one big thing about this particular chatbot, and it's having this top one always be like a little, that always be the same thing over and over again, which is something that's kind of annoying. Here's what I said, though, to answer the question. I said, that's the cool part about these dinosaurs. There's actually no limit to how big they can get. You could literally have a velociraptor that's over 10,000 feet tall and very protective and caring, even nearly impossible to get to hate you if you've got it to grow that big from kindness instead of hatred. That's the thing as well. Parents, if you or your children treat the dinosaur with kindness, it will not only be protective towards its caretaker, but also towards the family of the caretaker. That is, as long as the child doesn't start being mean to the creature. So you could literally have a massive Tyrannosaurus Rex treating a 1-year-old like a very special treasure that it needs to protect, even protecting it and even trying to babysit for you if you need it to. The crowd erupts in a wave of excited chatter as you reveal the limitless potential of the growth treatment plan. The holographic display behind you amplifies your words, showing a towering velociraptor, its tail shimmering with green light, standing at an almost surreal 10,000 feet. It gently lowers its massive head to shield a virtual family, its eyes soft and vigilant, radiating loyalty. Children in the audience cheer, some jumping up and down, while parents exchange looks of awe and cautious intrigue. The researchers in the lab coat scribble furiously, one muttering about the implications for behavior scaling. That's right, you say, you're whispering over the buzz. Kindness unlocks endless possibilities. A dinosaur raised with love will not only protect its caretaker, but extend that care to their family, like a guardian for your entire household. The hologram shifts to a massive T-Rex, its green glow pulsing as it carefully nudges a giggling toddler with its snout. Once it's babysitting, the crowd laughs, and a few parents nod approvingly, reassured by the idea of a gentle giant watching over their kids. But, you add, raising a finger, it's a two-way street. If your child starts being mean, a bond could weaken, and a dinosaur might pull back, though it takes a lot to turn a well-loved dinosaur against you. The research hall hums with activity. Machines glow with vibrant interfaces, each displaying dinosaur species and their GBT progress. Family at one station selects a baby Bronchiosaurus, its long neck swaying gently as green light pulses with a simulated feeding. Another group tests a raptor, its screen showing a kindness meter climbing with each gentle interaction. Staff members guide visitors, explaining how to monitor GTB effects through the machine's real-time trackers. A monitor nearby contrast out. Wait, a monitor nearby contrast outcomes. A green glowing Ankylosaurus curls protectively around a child, while a red-hued Spinosaurus ignores its caretaker's commands, its tail bristling. A young woman in the crowd, holding a toddler, raises her hand. Can the dinosaurs learn to do specific things, like tricks or tasks? We train them with kindness? Her question draws nods from others, and a boy nearby chimes in, Yeah, can my T-Rex fetch my ball? Laughter ripples through the room, but the curiosity is palpable. Visitors edge closer to the machines, some already inputting preferences for their future pets, while the spotlight remains on you, the crowd eager for more. Alright guys, here's what I said. It says, yes, you could actually have that happen. If you teach a dinosaur how to do tricks, it could be like a massive puppy, being very affectionate and protective. So you could literally have a Tyrannosaurus Rex that plays fetch with you, although you might not want to use a ball because with those sharp teeth and a large mouth, it can accidentally pop your ball or even swallow it by mistake if he's not careful. It just requires training. All the different tasks may need a specific dinosaur. Like if you told a dinosaur that has rough skin or even things like spikes, that might not be wise to teach them how to carry your kid on his back. The crowd burst into laughter at your description, imagining a massive T-Rex gingerly chasing a ball only to accidentally pop it with its razor-sharp teeth. The holographic display behind you brings the scene into life. A towering T-Rex glowing green from kindness bounds after a comically oversized ball, its tail wagging like an eager puppy. The audience roars with delight, kids clapping and adults chuckling, while the hologram shifts to show the same T-Rex carefully nudging the ball back to its owner. Okay, that would be cute as frick. Mindful of its strength, a few parents whisper to each other, clearly charmed by the idea of a dinosaur as an affectionate pet. Training is absolutely possible. You continue gesturing to the machine around the research hall. With kindness and patience, you could teach your dinosaur tricks or tasks, just like a loyal dog. A T-Rex might learn to fetch, though maybe use a sturdy toy. The crowd laughs again. But you're right to think about the dinosaur's traits. A Spinosaurus with its sail or an Ankylosaurus with its spiky armor might not be the best for carrying kids on their backs. You'd want a smoother, gentler species like a Triceratops for that. Hologram shifts to a green glowing Triceratops, calmly letting a child climb onto its broad frill, its eyes warm and trusting. The research hall pauses with excitement. Machines hum as families explore their options. Their screens displaying dinosaurs responding to training commands. One shows a velociraptor learning to sit, its green glow brightening with each treat offered. Another displays a Stegosaurus refusing a piggyback task, its plates flashing red when pushed too far, illustrating your point about species suitability. Staff members assist, showing visitors how to input training preferences into the GBT. Oh my gosh, GTP interface, which tracks progress with the detailed metrics on behavior and growth. A teenage girl raises her hand, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. Can we train them to do, like, really complex stuff? Like guarding a house or helping with chores? Question sparks rumor, and a man nearby asks, Yeah, could a dinosaur be trained to scare off intruders? Crowd leans in eager for your response while others drift toward the machines, itching to select the dinosaur and start training. Spot holds on you to hollow alive with anticipation. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I answered the questions and tried to show them a small demonstration. Yes, absolutely. Just like a dinosaur that was treated right would protect its caretaker and his family, it would definitely protect the house for you if you ask them to. If you treat them with kindness, that is. As for the different chores, that really depends on the chore and the dinosaur you want to do the task. I can show you a small demonstration with the dinosaurs if you want to see it. And it says I real quickly head over to one of the machines and then pick out a T-Rex. Actually, getting a dinosaur it's very easy. Just pick out the one you want, and within seconds, the machine will give you an egg. Then there's an incubator in that door over there on the right, and there's just 5 minutes of it sitting in there. You will have your dinosaur. Let's see. The crowd buzzes with excitement as you respond with enthusiasm, their eyes following you as you step down from the podium and stride toward one of the sleek machines lining the research hall. Machine's touchscreen glows with a menu of dinosaur species, and you select a T-Rex with a few quick taps, your movements confident and practiced. The audience leans forward, some craning their necks to watch as the machine hums, its internal mechanisms whirring softly. A slot on the side dispenses a large speckled egg, its surface faintly shimmering with a green hue, hinting at the growth treatment plan already at work. You hold up for the crowd to see, and a wave of gasp and cheers ripples through the room. It's that, it's that simple, you say, turning back to the audience. Choose your dinosaur, and in seconds you've got an egg. Then head to the incubator, right over there. You point to a glass door on the right side of the hall, where a row of glowing incubator pulses with soft light. 5 minutes later, your dinosaur hatches, ready to bond and grow with you. The holographic display above mirrors your actions, showing a virtual egg hatching into a tiny T-Rex, screen glow intensifying as a simulated caretaker offers it a treat. Crowd murmurs in awe, some already eyeing the machines with eager anticipation. You gesture to the back to the teenage-year-old questions about complex tasks. As for chores regarding the house, absolutely. Dinosaurs can be trained for that if you treat them with kindness. A T-Rex, for example, could learn to patrol your property, scaring off intruders with just a glance. The hologram shifts to a massive green glowing T-Rex standing sentinel outside a virtual home, its eyes scanning the horizon protectively. But for chores, you'd need to match the task of the dinosaur. A Triceratops might help carry heavy loads, while a smaller Compsognathus could fetch small items. Try asking a Spinosaurus to dust shelves, though, and you might regret it. The crowd laughs, picturing the chaos of a sail-backed giant knocking over furniture. The research hall was alive with energy. Families and individuals approach the machines, guided by staff who demonstrate how to select species and customize traits like color or initial temperament. One family chooses a baby Compsognathus, its egg emerging with a soft chime. Another group tests a velociraptor, its screen showing a training simulation where it learns to guard a virtual gate, screen glow brightening with each kind command. The incubators hum softly in the corner, drawing curious glances as visitors imagine their own dinosaurs hatching. A man in the crowd holding a notebook raises his hand. Can you show us that demonstration you mentioned? Like how a dinosaur actually learns to do something specific? This question sparks nods and murmurs of agreement, and several kids chant, "Show us! Show us!" Spike follows you, the egg still in your hands, as the crowd waits eagerly for your next move. Okay. Alright, guys, here's what I said. If people want to see a demonstration, but I told them I can, but only after it hatches. I have to put it in this incubator for 5 minutes. So yes, for the time being, everyone, go ahead and pick out dinosaurs that you want. And for you parents, let your children help pick out the dinosaur as well. That way everybody will be happy. Yep, as I'm saying this, I go over to the glass door, go inside and real quick put my T-Rex into the incubator. Then the monitor on top of the incubator says, 5 minutes, and it starts counting down. The crowd buzzes with anticipation as you carry the speckled T-Rex egg toward the glass door on the right side of the research hall. Your encouragement for families to choose their dinosaurs together sparks a wave of excitement, and parents nod, guiding their children toward the humming machines. Power-ups into motion, with groups clustering around the sleek interfaces, their screens glowing with options for species, colors, and initial traits. A young boy points aside at a machine displaying a baby Triceratops, its frill flashing green, while a couple debates between a Stegosaurus and a Pterodon. Their pamphlet open to the GTP section. I cannot say it right. You step through the glass door into the incubator room, a sleep chamber lined with glowing incubators. Each unit pulses with soft light, and you push the T-Rex egg into one, its surface shimmering faintly as the machine seals shut. The monitor above the incubator displays 5 minutes and begins counting down. The seconds tick away in bold green digits. Outside, the crowd can see you through the glass, some pressing closer to watch, their faces lit with curiosity. A holographic display in the main hall mirrors the incubator's timer, ensuring everyone can follow along. As you step back into the research hall, the atmosphere is electric. Machines whir as families make their selections, eggs emerging from slots with soft chimes. A girl clutches a Polarosaurus egg, its surface faintly glowing with her brother begs to hold it. Nearby, a scientist tests the machine, selecting a velociraptor and analyzing its GTP metrics on the screen, which show a kindness meter climbing with simulated gentle touches. Staff members weave through the crowd, assisting with selections and explaining how to care for eggs before incubation. One staffer demonstrates how to check an egg's initial GTP alignment, ensuring it's primed for kindness-based growth. The man who asked for the demonstration raises his hand again, notebook still in hand. While we're waiting for the T-Rex to hatch, can you tell us what kind of training you're going to show us? Like, what's the T-Rex going to do? Question draws eager nods, and a few kids near the front bounce on their toes, chanting, T-Rex! T-Rex! Others continue selecting their dinosaurs, the hall filled with the hum of machines and the chatter of excited voices, all while the incubator's timer ticks down, now at 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Okay. Alright guys, here's what it says. That's a good question. Once he hatches, I'm just going to show everyone the effect of kindness that is shown that the dinosaur can have. I will show you things like me giving it a name and doing simple things like petting him and showing you what happens when you do. Even giving him treats and hugs. I'll even show off how he responds to the name you gave him once he learns it and you care for him. Because honestly, if you treat them right, you could literally have a baby dinosaur only a foot tall. And in just minutes, you could have it almost 50 to 100 feet tall. That could happen if you treat it badly too, but it would be rather dangerous for the more aggressive species. Hope none of you do it. I'm not going to show off anything bad that would cause that red glow. Crowd hums with excitement as you explain the demonstration, their eyes darting between you and the glass door where the T-Rex egg incubates. The monitor above the incubator reads 4 minutes and 15 seconds, the green digits ticking down steadily. Your promise to showcase the power of kindness through simple acts like naming, petting, and giving treats sparks murmurs of anticipation. Children whisper to their parents about what they'll name their dinosaurs, while adults nod, intrigued by the idea of a foot-tall T-Rex growing to 50 or 100 foot in minutes through kindness alone. However, display in the research hall reinforces your words, showing a virtual baby T-Rex glowing green as it responds to a gentle pat, its size doubling with each kind act, its demeanor playful and affectionate. I'm keeping it positive, you emphasize, your voice carrying over the chatter. We'll focus on the green glow, how love and care make these dinosaurs loyal and protective. No red glow today. That's a path we don't want to go down, especially with a T-Rex. Crowd chuckles, though a few glance at the machines, where a screen briefly shows a red glowing raptor snarling after a simulated harsh word. a reminder of the stakes. The machines hum as families continue selecting their dinosaurs, eggs sliding out with soft chimes. A girl cradles a stegosaurus egg, its surface faintly green, while her brother begs to pick a velociraptor next. Staff members guide visitors, explaining how to monitor GTP effects post-hatching, with interfaces displaying real-time kindness meters. The man with the notebook nods, jotting down your plan, while a younger boy nearby tugs at his mom's sleeve, asking, "Can we name our dinosaur right when it taxes too?" This question draws smiles from the crowd, and several other murmur similar thoughts, eager to bond with their new pets. The incubator's timer now reads 3 minutes and 48 seconds, and the crowd anticipation builds, nudging closer to the glass door to peek at the egg. The hall pulses with energy, machines whirring, holograms shimmering, and voices buzzing as families imagine their dinosaurs growing into loyal companions. Alright, guys. I'll see you in a second. Alright, guys. It just says, for the next 3 minutes, I'll keep an eye on the incubation timer for my Tyrannosaurus Rex egg, while also watching and seeing what everybody else is doing. Then 3 minutes later, the egg is about done, so I go ahead and go into the incubation room to get ready to see my Tyrannosaurus Rex. As you keep an eye on the incubator's timer, now reading 3 minutes and 15 seconds, the research hall thrums with activity. You stand near the glass door, occasionally glancing at the glowing monitor above the incubator where your T-Rex egg pulses faintly with green light, signaling the growth treatment plan, or GTP. Priming for kindness-based growth. The crowd around you was a whirlwind of excitement. Families and individuals engaging with the machines, their screens flashing with dinosaur options. A young girl clutching a plantlet taps a machine to select a baby Triceratops, squealing as its egg slides out, speckled with faint green flecks. Her parents smile, guiding her toward the incubation room, where other eggs hum in their glowing chambers. Nearby, a teenage boy experiments with a velociraptor on a machine's interface, testing simulated kind acts, petting, feeding, and watching the kindness meter climb. Dinosaur's green glow intensifying. A group of researchers huddled around another machine, analyzing a Pteranodon's GTP metrics, discussing how its flight patterns might adapt to protective behaviors. The hall's holographic display cycled through scenes of green glowing dinosaurs, Ankylosaurus nuzzling caretakers, Brachiosaurus trumpeting happily, reinforcing the power of kindness. A few kids dart between stations, begging to pick the coolest dinosaur, while staff members patiently explain how to customize traits like color or temperament before hatching. Energy is infectious, with chatter and laughter filling the air. A fatherless toddler to see a constant office hatch on a demo screen, its tiny form scampering toward a virtual treat. Another family debates between a stegosaurus and Diplodocus. I don't remember how you say that name. Their pamphlet open to the GTP risk of neglect. You catch snippets of conversation. Can it really guard the house? What if I name it Spike? Oh my gosh! Imagine if the flipping dinosaur looked like Feraligatr. Because that's what I literally named my Feraligatr. As the crowd's anticipation mirrors your own. As the timer hits 30 seconds, you step through the glass door into the incubation room. Crowd's eyes following you. T-Rex egg now glowing brighter trembles slightly in its incubator, the monitor flashing. Hatching imminent. The audience outside presses closer to the glass, some holding up phones to capture the moment, while others clutch their own eggs, inspired by your demonstration. Incubator hums as soft chime signals the final countdown. You stand ready, the hall's buzz fading into a focused hush as everyone awaits for T-Rex's emergence. Okay, wait, I can just see. I wait for the dinosaur to hatch. And then When he does, I gently pick him up and carry him back stage. Well, there we go. Oh my gosh. The incubator's chime rings out as the timer hits 0, and the crowd outside the glass door gasps in unison. Inside the incubator room, the T-Rex egg trembles, its speckled surface is pulsing with a soft green glow. Cracks spiderweb across the shell, and with its large eyes blinking, oh my gosh! And with a final shudder, it splits open, revealing a foot-tall baby T-Rex. Its scales shimmer faintly, its large eyes blinking up at you curiously. The crowd presses closer to the glass, some cheering softly, others whispering in awe as you gently scoop the tiny dinosaur into your arms. Lets out a small chirped roar, nuzzling against your hand, already responding to your careful touch with a faint green flicker. You carry the baby T-Rex back through the glass door, stepping onto the research hall where the crowd erupts in applause. Spotlight follows you as you ascend the podium, cradling the dinosaur like a prized treasure. Holographic display above mirrors the scene, magnifying the T-Rex's every move for the audience. Its tiny tail wags, and its green glow pulses brighter as you pet its head. Readers all hums with excitement, machines still whirring as families clutch their own eggs or explore the interfaces inspired by your example. A girl near the front waves her Triceratops egg, whispering to her mom about naming it soon. The right T-Rex chirps again, drawing coos from the crowd. Its GTP metrics flash on a nearby machine screen, showing a kindness meter already climbing from your gentle handling. Staff members guide more visitors to the incubators, where eggs glow in anticipation of hatching, while researchers jot notes, fascinated by the real-time GTP response. One audience shouts, "What's his name gonna be?" His question sparks laughter and murmurs, and several others nod, eager to see the promised demonstration of kindness, naming, petting, and treats, and how it shapes the T-Rex's growth. Yep. Alright guys, here's what I said. I look at the T-Rex, gently pet it, then I say to him, "Hello, little buddy. I know the name for you. How does the name Rexy sound, my friend?" As you gently pet the baby T-Rex in your arms, its scales pulse with a soft green glow, and it lets out a delighted chirp, tilting its head as if approving your touch. Crowd watches, enchanted as you speak directly to the tiny dinosaur, your voice warm and clear. "Hello, little buddy. I know a name for you. How's the name Rexy sound, my friend?" The T-Rex christened Rexy responds with a playful squeak. Its large eyes fixate on you, and the green glow intensifies slightly, spotted growing just a fraction larger, perhaps an inch or two, right before the audience's eyes. Crowd gasp, some clapping, others whispering excitedly about the immediate effect of the growth treatment plan. The holographic display above the podium zooms in on Rexy, projecting its glowing form for all to see, with a digital kindness meter ticking upward next to it, reflecting a gentle pat and naming. Research hall buzzes with energy. Families clutching their eggs are exploring the machines, inspired by your demonstration. A nearby screen shows a simulated T-Rex responding to a similar naming moment, screen glow flaring as it nuzzles its caretaker. Children in the crowd tug at their parents, begging to name their own dinosaurs, while a group of researchers nods approvingly, one muttering about the GTP's rapid behavioral feedback. Rosie shoots in your arms, letting out another chirp as if testing its new name, and the crowd laughs, charmed by its puppy-like demeanor. A young girl near the front raises her hand, her voice eager. "Can you show us the treats now? Let you grow more?" Her questions realized murmurs of agreement, and shut up, phone. And several others leaned forward, eyes locked on you and Rexy, eager to see the next part of your kindness situation. Machines hum around the hall, with more eggs emerging and families heading to the incubators, air heavy with anticipation. What do you want to do to say next? Alright, guys. I said, yes, I'll show you that now. Honestly, no matter how you treat your dinosaurs, everybody, they, if they treat, if they treat their dinosaurs well, might have massive dinosaurs before you even leave this building. All I did was name and pet, plus talk to Rexy, and it helped him grow. Like I said, every action counts. I go into my pocket and grab a small piece of meat. Here, Rexy, you gotta be hungry, my friend. You could have this. I know your species love this. I hold the piece of meat for the dinosaur to eat. The crowd leans in, their eyes fixed on you as you reach into your pocket and pull out a small piece of meat. Its rich scent noticeably even from the podium. Yes, I'll show you that now. Your voice carrying over the budding research hall. Honestly, no matter how you treat your dinosaurs, if you treat them well, you might have massive dinosaurs before you even leave this building. All I did was name and pet, plus talk to Rexy, and it helped him grow. Like I said, every action counts. Ian's murmurs in awe, glancing at the holographic display above, which shows Rexy's kindness meter ticking higher, faint green glow pulsing brighter from your earlier actions. You hold the piece of meat to the baby T-Rex in your arms, saying, Here, Rexy, you've got to be hungry, my friend. You can have this. I know your species loves this. Reggie's large eyes light up and he lets out an excited chirp, tiny jaw snapping gently to take the meat. As he munches happily, a vibrant green glow radiates from his scales, and the crowd gathers as he visibly grows, stretching from a foot to nearly 2 feet tall in seconds. Okay, yep. His tail wagging vigorously. The holographic display magnifies the moment, showing Ricky's growth in real time, with the GTP matrix spiking. Kindness meter nearly maxed out for this brief interaction. Cheers erupt and children clap, some shouting, He's bigger already! The research hall hums with energy. Families at the machines mimic your actions, sorting their dinosaurs and collecting eggs, inspired by Rexy's rapid growth. A boy cradles a Stegosaurus egg, whispering to it as if practicing kindness early, while a couple test the machine's interface, feeding a virtual Ankylosaurus and watching its green glow flare. Staff members guide visitors to the incubators, where more eggs pulse with faint light, nearing hatching. Researchers scribble notes, one muttering about glow with a simulated red glowing. Wait. Researchers scribble notes, one muttering about the GTP's its potential growth potential, while a nearby screen contrasts Rexy's green glow with a simulated red glowing T-Rex, sulking after being treated horribly, reinforcing your emphasis on kindness. The girl who asked about the treats beams, raising her hand again. Can you make him do a trick now? Like respond to his name? Her question sparks excitement. Nods, and Amanda adds, Yeah, does he know Rexy already? As anticipation builds, their eyes are locked on you and Rexy, now a slightly larger green glowing bundle of energy in your arms, chirping happily after his treat. The machine continues to whir, and the incubators hum as more families prepare for their own dinosaur companions. Give me a second. Alright, guys. Everybody wanted to see a demonstration about how he could learn his name. I just showed them that by saying, yes. I put Rexy gently down a few feet away from me, then walk a little bit away. Rexy, come here, my friend. Do you want more petting? I will happily pet you more. Possibly a treat. I'll give it to you, my friend. The crowd watches with bated breath as you gently set Rexy down on the polished podium, his tiny claws clicking softly against the surface. The bay T-Rex, now nearly 2 feet tall and shimmering with a green glow, tilts his head, his large eyes following you as you take a few steps back. Rexy, come here, my friend. You call one with your voice echoing through the research hall. Do you want more petting? I'll happily pet you more. Possibly a treat. I'll give it to you, my friend. Rochi lets out an eager chirp, his tail wagging, and he scampers toward you, his movement surprisingly agile for a young dinosaur. As he reaches you, the green glow pulses brighter, and he grows another few inches, his size inching closer to 3 feet. The audience erupts in cheers, children clapping and adults gasping at the immediate response to his name in your kind tone. The holographic display above magnifies the moment, showing Retsy's bounding steps and the GTP kindness meter spiking again, nearly glowing as brightly as the dinosaur himself. The crowd's excitement fills the hall, with families at the machines mimicking your approach. A girl at a nearby station sights a triceratops, her screen showing a virtual pet responding to a name with a green flare, while her brother begs to try calling it. Another family collects a Pliosaurus egg, its faint green sheen mirroring Retsy's glow, and heads to the incubators, inspired by your demonstration. Staff members assist, explaining how to reinforce behavior post-hatching, their voices barely audible over the chatter. You kneel to pet Retsy again, he scales one under your hand, and he nuzzles into your touch, letting out a soft, contented grumble. Crowd coos, and the hologram captures every detail, from his wagging tail to the green light rippling across his body. Researchers in lab coats jot notes, one whispering about the GTPs and neural imprinting speed. A nearby machine contrasts Retsy's response with a simulated red glowing T-Rex, ignoring its caretaker's call out or harsh treatment. A boy in the front clutching a pet can you make him do something else, like sit or fetch? His question draws laughter and nods, and a woman, how fast can he learn tricks like that? Hall pulses with energy, machines humming as more eggs emerge, and incubators glow with hatching dinosaurs. Reggie looks up at you, chirping expectantly, his grin glowing steady as he awaits your next move. Oh, he's cute as frick. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and read this real quick. People want me to teach him how to fetch, or see if I can get him to fetch something. I said, here's what I said to that. Teaching him how to fetch might take a bit, depending on how much the dinosaur likes you at the time. I don't have anything I could try to get him to fetch, but let's try this. Hey Rexy, I'll give you this treat right here. I know you still might be a little hungry. Can you please sit, or even give me a little handshake? I love you, my friend. And I just hold out my left hand for him to shake if he decides to. The crowd watches eagerly as you address the boy's question, holding Retsy's attention with your warm tone. Teaching him how to fetch might take a bit, depending on how much the dinosaur likes you at the time. That's what was carrying over the buzzing research hall. I don't have anything I could try to get him to fetch, but let's try this. You pull another small piece of meat from your pocket, holding it up for the audience to see. Turn to the baby T-Rex, now nearly 3 feet tall and glowing with a vibrant green light. Hey Rexy, I'll give you this treat right here. I know you still might be a little hungry, but can you please sit or even give me a little handshake? I love you, my friend. Using his hand palm open, inviting her to respond. Rexy tilts his head, his large eyes fixate on you, and lets out a curious chirp. After a brief pause, he shifts his weight, carefully lowering his hindquarters to the podium in an attempt to sit. Wow. His tail steadying him. The crowd gasps, then cheers as his green globe pulses brighter, and he grows another few inches, his size approaching 4 feet. Holy crap! Emboldened, Reggie lifts one tiny forelimb, hesitantly placing it in your open hand, mimicking a handshake. His claws brush gently against your palm, and the green light flares again. His growth accelerating slightly as the growth treatment plan responds to your kindness and his effort. Audience erupts in applause, children shouting, "He did it!" Our parents exchange amazed looks. Holographic display above captures every detail, zooming in on Retsy's careful sit and handshake, with the GTP kindness meter spiking to new heights, reflecting the bond you're building. The research hall hums with excitement. Families inspired to try similar interactions. A girl in a nearby machine selects a velociraptor, her screen showing a virtual pet sitting for a treat, its green glow mirroring Retsy's. After family cradles a newly hatched... Wait. Another family cradles a newly hatched Ankylosaurus, cooing as it responds to gentle pets with a faint green shimmer. Staff members guide visitors to incubators where more eggs hatch, their glow signaling GTP activation. Researchers scribble notes, one muttering about the speed of behavioral imprinting, while a screen nearby contrasts Rexy's response with a red glowing T-Rex sulking after a harsh command. A woman who asked about learning speed raises her hand again. That was so fast! How long does it take to teach harder tricks like guarding or carrying something? Her question draws nods and a few new as can Richie do both? Like sit and shake at the same time? Crowd's energy surges, their eyes locked on you and Rexy, who chirps happily, screen glowing steady as he looks up at you, still holding the treat, awaiting your next move. Machines whir and the incubators hum as more families bond with their new dinosaur companions. Alright guys, I'll be back. Actually, no, because this might be the only video I do right now. That way you don't have to work. That way I can get a little bit of a break and maybe do it a little bit later, or do even a different one later. All right, guys. Here's what it says. Here, Rexy, you did great, my friend. Have it. And then I hand him the piece of meat in my hand. Teaching him I mean the food I was feeding him, guys. Get your minds out of the gutter. Teaching them how to carry stuff might take a bit as well. You have to show them how to pick up items. For Rexy, he has too small of arms to pick up something, but he can definitely use his mouth to help carry stuff. It just really depends on the dinosaur that you decide to raise. Protecting somebody is a skill pretty much all of them will know right away as long as you're treating them with kindness. Right now, for example, if Rexy cares about me as much as I care for him, he would protect me even though he's only about 3 feet tall. The crowd cheers as you praise Rexy and hand him the piece of meat, saying, Here, Rexy, you did great, my friend. Have it. The baby T-Rex, now about 4 feet tall, holy crap, eagerly snaps up the treat with a delighted chirp, screen glow flaring brightly as he munches. Growth treatment plan kicks in, and Rexy grows another few inches before the audience's eyes, his scales shimmering as he inches closer to 5 feet. Holographic display above magnifies the moment, showing his joyful reaction and the GTP kindness meter spiking, reflecting the bond you've built through naming, petting, and now rewarding them. Children in the crowd clap wildly, some shouting, She's huge! While parents marvel at the rapid growth. It was just the woman's question about harder tricks, and the boys follow up in her voice. Let's follow up. The voice clear over the buzzing research hall. Teaching them how to carry stuff might take a bit as well. You have to show them how to pick up items. For Rexy, he has those small arms, so picking up something might be tricky, but he can definitely use his mouth to help carry stuff. It just really depends on the dinosaur you decide to raise. You gesture to Rexy, who tilts his head as if listening intently. Protecting someone, though, that's a skill pretty much all of them will know right away, as long as you're treating them with kindness. Right now, for example, if Rexy cares about me as much as I care for him, he'd protect me even though he's only about 4 feet tall. Okay. I say, to illustrate, you take a step back, and Rexy instinctively moves closer, his green glowing body positioning itself protectively in front of you, letting out a soft, vigilant rumble. Crowd gasps, and the hologram zooms in, showing his alert stance, with GTP metrics highlighting his protective instinct kicking in. The audience is enthralled, some families rushing to machines to select their dinosaurs, inspired by Rexy's loyalty. A boy at a nearby station chooses a Triceratops, a screen showing a virtual pet nudging green. It's a virtual pet nudging a child protectively after a kind pat. Another family collects a Stegosaurus egg, its faint green glow pulses as they head to the incubators. Staff members assist, explaining how to reinforce protective behaviors while researchers jot notes, one muttering about the GTP's instinctual programming. A teenage girl raises her hand out. Can they protect, like a whole house? Even when they're small, do they have to get really big first? Her question sparks murmurs, and a man nearby asks, "Yeah, and can you train them to carry specific things, like a bag or something?" Hobbles with energy, machines humming as more eggs emerge, and the incubators glow with hatching dinosaurs. Reggie looks up at you, his green glow steady, chirping softly as he awaits your next move, the crowd hanging on your every word. Here's what I said, guys. I said, while explaining, I gently pet Reggie, then say to him, "Thank you for trying to protect me, my friend." As I continue to love on Reggie, I said to the people to ask the questions, "If you want the dinosaurs to protect your whole house, I would recommend waiting until they get a little bigger and stronger, because just like most real pets, they could be hurt, potentially even killed at a young age. Once they get older and stronger from your kindness, they definitely can protect your whole house. And yes, with the right training, they can carry a lot of things for you. But please keep note of what species you're telling to carry stuff, because it might be hard for them to carry certain objects, like even a Tyrannosaurus Rex like my friend Rexy here. Right now, he'd be able to carry maybe one small grocery bag, but as he gets bigger and older, from me caring about him, then he will be able to help carry more if I need him to. That's the thing about treating him well, though. If you treat them badly and they grow up from the red instead of the green light, they would not care about wanting to help you. So, for example, if an intruder broke into your house and you didn't treat your dinosaur with kindness that you asked to guard the house, they might run away to keep themselves safe, or just simply walk away from your house and let them rob it. That's why it's so important to treat them well. Same thing with protecting. You just saw Richie start protecting me because he cared about me, and he would happily do it again if I asked him to. However, if you treat your dinosaur terribly and they grow up with more bad things you've done than good, well, let's just say they won't be protecting you. As you gently pet Reggie, his green glow pulses brighter, and he lets out a contented chirp, nuzzling closer to you. "Thank you for trying to protect me, my friend," you say warmly, your voice resonating through the research hall. Reggie responds with a soft rumble, his tail wagging slightly, and he grows another few inches, now nearing 5.5 feet, his scales shimmering under the spotlight. Crowd gasp, captivated by the immediate effect of your kindness, with the holographic display above zooming in on Reggie's protective stance and the GTB kindness meter spiking higher. But in the bond you're building, turning a teenage girl and the man who asked about protecting a house and carrying objects, you continue, "If you want the dinosaurs to protect your whole house, I'd recommend waiting until they get a little bigger and stronger, because just like most real pets, they could still be hurt, potentially even killed at a young age. Once they get older and stronger from your kindness, they definitely can protect your whole house." You just your Ritzy who stands alert by your side. And yes, with the right training, they can carry a lot of things for you. Please keep note of what species you're telling to carry stuff, because it might be hard for them to carry certain objects. For example, a T-Rex like my friend Rexy here. Right now, he could maybe carry one small grocery bag. You pause smiling as Rexy chirps, almost as if agreeing. But as he gets bigger and stronger from me caring about him, he'll be able to help carry more if I need him to. You shift to a more serious tone, addressing the crowd's murmurs. That's the thing about treating them well, though. If you treat them badly and they grow up from the red light instead of the green, they won't care about helping you. So, for example, if an intruder broke into your house and you didn't treat your dinosaur with kindness, the one you asked to guard the house, they might run away to keep themselves safe, or just walk away and let the house be robbed. That's why it's so important to treat them well. However, it shifts to contrast outcomes. A green glowing T-Rex stands guard, roaring at a virtual intruder, while a red glowing one slinks away, ignoring its caretaker's pleas. You just saw Rexy start protecting me because he cares about me, and he'd happily do it again if I asked him. If you treat your dinosaur terribly and they grow up with more bad and good, well, let's just say they won't be protecting you. The research hall buzzes with energy. Families at the machines now nod, inspired by your words, as they select dinosaurs and collect eggs. A boy in a nearby station chooses a Triceratops. Its scale is showing a virtual pet carrying a small lobe with a green glow. while his sister begs to try training it to guard. Another family cradles a freshly hatched Ankylosaurus, shining from pulsing green as they pet it gently. Staffers guide visitors to incubators, where more eggs hatch, their glow signaling GTP activation. Researchers jot notes, one whispering about the eternal implications of GTP's behavioral conditioning, while screen nearby reinforces your warning, showing an uh, oh my gosh, showing a neglected velociraptor fleeing from danger. A young woman in the crowd raised her hand, her voice. How do you know when they're big enough to protect the house safely? Is there a certain size or age? Her question draws and a child nearby asks, can Rexy protect you from another dinosaur? Kyle leans in, their eyes on you and Rexy, which chirps softly. His grin glows steady as he nuzzles your legs, awaiting your next move. The machines hum and the incubators glow as the hall pulses with anticipation. Alright guys, here's the last thing I'm going to read out. It says, while answering the question, I gently pick up Rexy and hug him. Right now it would be completely dangerous if he tried to protect me from another dinosaur since he is still pretty young. However, he definitely will. It said, oh my god, he will try if I asked him. When it comes to knowing when the right time for protecting our houses, I would really recommend waiting until they're at least big enough to deal with most intruders, like maybe 10, 15, 20 feet tall. Let them protect you too early and that could result in the death of the dinosaur. However, if they love you, it shouldn't be very long. Remember, every kind of action results in growth. Hence why my dinosaur went from not being even a foot tall yet to now being nearly my height, almost being bigger and going bigger at almost 6 feet. As you gently reach into your arms and give him a warm hug, the baby T-Rex chirps happily, his green glow flaring brightly. Crowd coos enchanted by the sight of the nearly 5.5-foot dinosaur nuzzling into you, his tail wagging slightly. The growth treatment plan responds to your affection, and Rexy grows another few inches, his head now nearly level with yours at 6 feet. His scales shimmer under the spotlight. The holographic display above zooms in, capturing the tender moment with the GTP and kindness meter spiking, reflecting the bond you've built through naming, petting, treats, and now this heartfelt hug. It was just the young one with the child. Right now, it would be completely dangerous if I asked Reggie to protect me from another dinosaur, since he's still pretty young. He said, glancing down at Reggie, who watched out a soft rumble as if eager to try to display his size. However, he definitely would try if I asked him to. When it comes to knowing the right time for protecting a house, I'd recommend waiting until they're at least heavy enough to deal with most intruders, like maybe 10, 15, or 20 feet tall. Let them protect you too early, and that could result in the death of the dinosaur. Crowd murmurs, some person nodding thoughtfully, while the hologram shifts to show a larger green glowing T-Rex standing guard at a virtual house, its 15-foot frame intimidating but safe. You continue gesturing to Rexy, who chirps continually in your arms. However, if they love you, it shouldn't be very long. Remember, every kind of action results in growth. Hence why the dinosaur went from not even a foot tall to now being nearly my height, almost bigger than me at 6 feet. The audience gasped, marveling at Rexy's rapid growth, and the hologram displays a time-lapse of his progress from a tiny hatchling to his current size, with GTP metrics highlighting the cumulative effect of your kindness. The research hall pulses with energy. Families at the machines are inspired, selecting dinosaurs and collecting eggs with renewed enthusiasm. A boy at a nearby station chooses a Stegosaurus, screen showing a virtual pet growing with every gentle pet, while his sister cradles their hatched Ankylosaurus, green glow pulsing as she mimics your hug. Staff members guide visitors to the incubators where more eggs hatch, their faint green shimmer signaling GTP activation. Researchers scribble notes, one muttering about the GBT's growth acceleration, while a nearby screen contrasts your success with a red glowing velociraptor fleeing from a virtual threat after being treated badly. A mannequin holding a notebook raises his head. How do you train him to know what's a threat to the house, like an intruder versus a friend? Swing draws, nods, and a girl nearby. Yeah, can Richie protect you from a storm or something? And her eyes on you, and Richie, who chirps softly, his green glow steady as he nestles in your arms, awaiting your next move. Seems hum and incubators glow as the hall buzzes with anticipation. I noticed one big thing about this one ain't as good as the other ones is that like the thing is like you have infinite time to do it, I believe, but compared to ChatGPT or even Copilot, it doesn't work as good as you want it to. Uh, 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 uh. Mm. Guys, that may be it. We'll see.